fail! Game over, mortal! Game over, mortal!
Welcome to Duo Yakamaru. I will call it what it should be called, Nightmare Mode Yakamaru. Welcome back to another episode where I will talk about how we managed to finally get the Duo Yakamaru kill from the DPS perspective. Welcome to my Combat Achievement Marathon series. Thanks to the Combat Achievement update, I'll be using them as an excuse to learn and solo bosses I would have never touched, like the creepy Carly one that has 8 legs. Join me on this slow and tedious journey to see how far an amateur casual like myself can get with best in slot range gear. It won't be easy, but let's see how far I can go. If you want to see the full kill, the video will be in the description. We tried a few experimental kills and we decided it was best that I took the role of the DPS and my duo partner Wikced John bases Yakamaru. He will focus on base tanking Yakamaru and I will focus on DPS and taking out any jellyfish that spawns, as well as poison tanking and main stun. Initially, if he needed, I can provoke, but what happened was the blue mechanic landed on him, so we decided against that. At first, I tried not attacking the jellyfish to speed up the kill, but there was a few problems with that. Obviously, you can say they will overwhelm us, especially me, but the main reason was totally my favorite mechanic, the blue mechanic. Clearly the most annoying mechanic for the DPS role. That's where the jellyfish comes in. You see, when attacking the jellyfish instead of Yakamaru, while Yakamaru is focused on the base tank, you actually don't take range damage. So I do is bind and heal off the jellyfish, which is one option to deal with the blue mechanic. Sometimes I can deal with it if I land both Saradomin and Guthix Bow EoF right before it begins and I'll heal it completely. Or drink a vid pot when it's halfway through, or last resort, barricade. Plus, targeting jellyfish, I can potentially skip the quicksand during the sand pool. I also switched to Blessing of Head Relic instead of Berserker's Fury since I have my health at full most of the time. The most important thing about my role is to make sure I got enough food to endure the sand pool tanking. The more food I have, the better off I will be. That's why I try not to eat during the blue mechanics unless I really have to. But what I hate the most is dealing with the blue mechanic back to back. I literally just finished dealing with the first one and now have to deal with another one.
Your favorite mechanic?
Another thing I'm responsible for is poison tanking. Standing in the exact correct spot at the right time always makes me nervous because I always do stupid things like this, and then we have to tally out. Apparently you also can't dive when I blue. In this case, I let the base tank take it and then I CPR him instead. During the CPR, I initially thought to use Shield Dom, but I realized I actually take no damage while being CPR'd, so instead I would soul split and bind any melee jellyfish so that he can keep praying deflect range without worrying about jellyfishes. And then we would head south to heal up and clear stacks, rinse and repeat until we reach Mirage. For stun pool, I will always ask John just to make sure I can stun without killing him. Another small detail is I can't rely on Saradomin and Guthix Bow if Yaka is not stunned, cause I actually get no healing due to low damage. If we see a durable jellyfish, we find it's best to kill it because if we don't, it messes up the timing of us preparing ourselves for Mirage. I tried to take out stun pool where I placed swiftness in between stun and sand pool during the Mirage, and that went horribly wrong cause I was taking even more damage. Therefore, it was better if I just placed the Death Swiftness outside of that range and focus on stun pool and then aggro sand pool after. Because John had to deal with the tendril pool, it made nuking shark pool more difficult for him, so I would come in and help him take out shark pool before each of us targeted our individual pools. Last time I tried to go straight for the sand pool, and for some reason Yakamaru was complaining about not being in combat, which caused us to run. If you thought the blue mechanic was annoying, Introducing clickable cliffs when trying to run around in circles and avoiding jellyfish. I was so bad at filling the sand pool because I wasn't keeping track of its HP when I'm so focused on making sure I survive. After many hiccups, John with his pro AoD tanking skill was able to finish the tendril pool and come help with the sand pool, and then we finally secured the dual kill. Oh my god.
Alright, now we have to do this shit again.
Overall, the main focus of the DPS rune should be to preserve as much food as possible until the Mirage phase. If you can do this, you will have a better time dealing with your Mirage pool. This is a very challenging achievement, and in my opinion, this is way more difficult than when I got Unorthodox Caravan because of how long the fights can go. One mistake can ruin an entire attempt. I have never felt this way for a group boss for a long time, where I had to practice multiple attempts in a group and do heavy mechanical strategies in order to succeed. The last time I felt this way was actually in a different game. My what is not blue?
Are you sure your middle name isn't blue?
Shut up. With Duo Yakamaru secured, I also secured what probably will be my only speed kill Grandmaster achievement, Blackstone Dragon. The reason why I felt Blackstone Dragon was doable was because the PR before was around 154, but I also didn't really do the hands part of the fight well. So what I did is instead of starting the fight with Death Swiftness on this hand, I put it in the center to be in the range of both hands. Sure enough, that was enough to make a significant difference by phasing Blackstone Dragon into the flight mechanic before the Ring of Fire mechanic.
You failed!
Clearly not paying attention to the hand over there as I am trying to dump all my DPS on the dragon. Once I didn't make any mistakes like that, I was able to secure my Grandmaster kill. The full kill is on my channel if you want to check it out. With 2 Grandmaster achievements in this episode secured, it's time to take a step back as my left hand has reached its breaking point and needs a break. In the meantime, if you haven't seen it, be sure to vote in this poll about which of the 3 bosses you would like to see me do. While giving my left hand a rest, let's do some of the easy or medium achievements in the next episode. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye.